This time, the elderly among us can sit, and the young ones, who can volunteer to give me how much you get? The young ones who know the age. Yeah, how much do you get? 21, 41, 27, 41, 30. Yeah, Anabu is here, so it's just like a little numbering. So, 39, thank you. Right, and this is my marking scheme. If you get 50, it's not real. You were not honest to yourself, right? Yeah, simply because it is not everything that can go to your Accra as a human being. No, it's not possible. But 40 to 50, 40 to 50. Now, great potential. You are likely have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. So now, if you are fair to yourself, please, that's why I said that it is SWOT analysis you are doing. If you lie to yourself and you base on it to say that you're an entrepreneur and you go and trap somebody's money, you'll be in trouble. So here, the 40 to 50 ones, please see yourself as a potential entrepreneur. So anything that comes into your mind, wherever you find yourself, try to look for pleasure. Try to look for pleasure. And if the pleasure is not there, then you ask yourself, what is missing here? That is making the place challenging. That is a gap. And that gap is something that you can create to remove that kind of difficulty or challenge. And it is giving you a direction to come up with a product. And that product, if it's the first of its kind, because if it is there already, you would not have felt that kind of impact. So once it's the first of its kind, and you're able to come out with it, it is the opportunity that you have seen first. Before others can copy you, you'll be the market leader. And you'll come up with a product that the market is expecting. If you enter the market with a wrong product, you can never become successful. You can never. Because you are going to the market to dilute the profit that others are enjoying. So you try to think of how you can enter the market with the new product and at the right time. 30 to 40. Let me read for those who are not here. Says that challenges ahead. You could do it, but you will face some challenges. So, Honorable, who is a renowned entrepreneur, will tell you that seeing somebody successful in entrepreneurship does not mean that you just had it. A lot of challenges. So, if you are afraid of it, there's no way you can become successful. Businesses that are of higher profit carries a lot of risk. And if you're afraid of risk, you have to step off from the train. You cannot. You live, you dream, you do everything by your business. If you're not careful and somebody greets you, you remember to mention, instead of respond for that particular greeting, you mention your company's name. Because that's what you dream of. You forget of yourself. Everything is about your business. Today is Saturday. A relative may be in bed, laid in bed for a funeral. You may decide to ignore it and be in your working environment. It may be difficult for some of us. But if you are under the 40 and 30, know that you can do it. But below 30, somebody mentioned 21 or 27. He's been real. That person thinks that he can never be. But he can support somebody with a strength, physique, energy to support somebody's idea, and two of them become successful. You think that you have nothing. There are some people with us who are entrepreneurs. They have brilliant ideas. They can share with you, but they will never make a step. They will never make a step. And they can advise you to become successful, but they themselves are not successful. So if we are fortunate to get somebody who has done it and is successful, is coming to share with us, today we will get the practical one that all of us are going to enjoy and learn from it. So, if you have an employee that you are working with, do not see that the entrepreneur, the employee is somebody who has no idea. So it's somebody you can walk over. Without them, you have no business. It is the human being that makes the business. It's the person who you are working with that makes you the business. So as an entrepreneur, you let your employee own the business. Let's take it that the business is theirs. And for that matter, they'll come up with all that they have and give you the best that you can. I advise some of my mentees that came in that they are doing recruitment and that I should get them the best kind of people for them to be trained to work with. Looking at your capital you are holding and the strength that you have, you don't need qualified persons to work with. Sir, I need an accountant who has got an excellent first class. Sir, you don't have enough capital. Engage this person, come next 3 months, will tell you, Master, I've gotten a master admission somewhere at Legon, and I want to leave. Meanwhile, if you use your little money to train this person, then he leaves you. So I told this lady that because of your capital, go for the third class groups. Those who passes and third class. Say, but this one, you see, yes. They are the one that can be with you until the kingdom come. They themselves, they don't want people to see their grace. So when they get job, they make a cross. That where I've gotten to, I will never let anybody see my results again. So I will stay here. When even you slap that person, call him in the night, anytime, he's ready. But the first class guys, you even come and tell you, you the owner, you yourself. I wanted to see you third class, you will pass. And we first class. It has been happening. And you have used your little money to engage this person, train him to be working for you to recoup what you have spent on leaving you. That's not prudent for a young entrepreneur. You have to make sure that you get the resources that you can control. Don't go beyond your capabilities. And that will outweigh you. I have a lot of information to share with you on this slide, but because of the timing and what you want to hear, I just want you to introduce all of you into my center, that after here, it doesn't end. Come to my center. It is open to public. Anybody want to do anything, come in there. Even if you are to look for a source of capital, we can advise you as to where you can get some at the cheaper rate. And if you qualify for the MasterCard funding, we'll give it to you. So we have a link here that's down there. All those who registered, I'll use your telephone numbers and send all of you this link. And I get your database so that we'll be interacting and help you. We'll get you the mentors to help your businesses, any kind of business you want to do. You want to have this database and we'll be working with you. Honorable, I just prepared the people that are listening to you and those who have to listen and making sure that they need to collaborate. And those who individually can listen, take the words, and apply them to make them useful for them. So as you sit here, any word that comes, apply to your own situation. Don't apply to any other body. And I say collaboration also works. If you think that your answer is somewhere and your friend's answer is somewhere, please combine, come together, and ideas can yield those. And I present to you the number of my invitees who are from Sunyani community. And members, by the sponsors of this program, Skillforce Ghana and CIBI, Center for Entrepreneurship and Business Incubation, UNE, I stand on their behalf as the leader and myself invite you to have this congenial environment. And it's just like a human conversation you come to do, not for any other purpose. So the benefit at the end of the lecture, you will recall for more information. Thank you very much for your audience.
Prof, another round of applause for Prof. Now, who got two? Nobody got two? My friend Gaji, I was sneaking. So while they were doing the calculation, I was also typing. He got 24. Where is he placed? 24. Gaji, 24. And I'm not surprised. When Gaji came back from United States. He was living in New Jersey. When he came, he wanted to apply for driver license. So you want to DVLA to apply for driver license. He wrote the exam 3 times. He thought America exams, they are harder. But Ghana exams, prof, the more shit. So we team you said that you adding. Set 2 questions I didn't you know, but me, I didn't bother to calculate because I don't like questions. The last time Bawumia gave Amizata 77 questions, he died. You know? Not long ago, President Mahama gave Bawumia only 5 questions. He died politically in 2024. So I don't like questions. I don't like answering any questions. But thank you so much for the questions. A round of applause once again for Prof. Now we are live on Net2 TV. We are again live on Oman FM. So if you have lied to somebody that you are in Brekum or you've gone to Kumasi, you are live. And according to one of the factors, you should not lie. You should look for more information and knowledge. So that's how it is. Now, our next guest, he doesn't need any elaborate introduction. No, because his name is a household name. And he might be the reason you are here. But to do that for me perfectly is one of our campaign coordinators. Mr. Armstrong Issa, would you like to join me here? Put your hands together for Mr. Armstrong. How much did you score?
I actually didn't. I knew the response you were going to give. I didn't want to die, so I didn't.
Better. Better. That's comedy theory. Don't calculate. Armstrong here. Armstrong has been with Honorable Kennedy Japan for a long time. He has been speaking for and on behalf of the Ken team. He knows him more than anybody in this room. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present this microphone for Armstrong.
Thank you, Senior. A bigger round of applause for him. And ladies and gentlemen, much more bigger and louder round of applause for yourselves. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to have the youth, the future leaders of the Republic of Ghana. And so as I address you, I am being mindful that I'm addressing the future entrepreneurs, the future ministers, and the future president of the Republic of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, for the purposes of emphasis, I am addressing the future Kennedy or Hene Ejapons in the room. Gentlemen, I've been called up stage here to introduce a man who does not need any introduction in any field. In business, he doesn't need any introduction. In politics, he doesn't need any. Every aspect of our life, he does not need any introduction. And this is taken from a story with us just recently. He was asked how you got to know Honorable Ken Ohene Japan. And his narration left all of us in tears. He said 15 years ago, he had an admission to the University of Cape Coast, but had no money to pay for the admission fees. So, desperate as he was, he decided to go to the Parliament House to seek sponsorship or scholarship from Honorable Ken Ohene Japan. For the first time in his life. He met Honorable Ken Ohene Japan, told him his requests, and Honorable Ken Ohene Japan looked him in the face, ladies and gentlemen, without any hesitation. Honorable Ken Ohene Japan dipped his hand in his pocket, brought out everything he had from his pocket, gave it to this young man to go and pay his fees. And then to keep the rest. Interestingly, today, that man is a PhD holder, a doctor, and he says that everything he is because of Honorable Ken Ohene Japan. There are thousands and one stories of this benevolence. This is the heart of the man you are about to listen to. He's a kind man, a kind businessman, and a good. Ladies and gentlemen, in the world of business, the keynote speaker, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of business, the keynote speaker is a highly successful businessman, a highly successful industrialist, a highly successful entrepreneur with over 40 years of business experience. And his businesses stretch across almost every industry, every sector you can imagine. He has a strong presence in the media industry. We are being covered live and televised live by his media networks. He also has a very heavy presence in the manufacturing sector of the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker again has a massive business presence in the cold storage sector. And of course, the biggest cold store in Africa is owned by the next key speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce to all of you that he employs over 7,000 Ghanaian youths across all the sectors of his companies, businesses. He's always driven by the passion to create wealth, to create job opportunities and employment opportunities for the youth of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond business, you know very well that Honorable Ken Ohene Japan, in terms of business, is a colossal brand and a household name with over 35 years of political experience. I am happy to inform you, you know already, that he's a founding member of the Dankwa Buzia Domo Club that gave birth to the New Patriotic Party some 34, 35 years ago. And also he is a founding member of our beloved New Patriotic Party. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Ken Ohene Japan has been a member of parliament for 24 solid, unbroken years for the good people of Asaase Central. And so he's the immediate past member of parliament for Asaase. In the year 2023, just 2-3 years ago, you remember, and it is not lost on me to remind all of us, that he contested for the flag bearership position of the New Patriotic Party and became second. A dream he has not abandoned. A dream he still holds on, hoping that one day he will win that highest office of the land for the general good of all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to finally say that inshallah, as stated in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, and it says, the vision awaits an appointed time, and it shall surely come to pass. This is a prophecy from Prophet Armstrong. Sir, put your hands together for me. Ladies and gentlemen, before they come in, I am happy to inform all of you that the keynote speaker is celebrated as the father for the fatherless. He's celebrated as the voice for the voiceless. He's celebrated as the hope for the hopeless. Celebrated as a compassionate philanthropist and a champion advocate for the vulnerable. He's not just a businessman. These are the identifiable attributes of the unique businessman we have. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready while we prepare to welcome him with a standing ovation. Let's welcome the esteemed Honorable Kennedy Akrobeto Japan.
walking now. Me walk in around. As I can't warm ya. I didn't know me. Sammy walking now. Me walk in around. As I can't warm ya. I didn't know me. Sammy walking. Sammy walking now. They were doing around as I can't want me. I didn't know. Sammy walking now. They were doing around as I can't want me. I didn't know. Sammy walking now. They were doing around as I can't want me. I didn't know. Sammy walking now. They are doing around. Hey, me say, moo, 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 moo. Hey, 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 hey.
Thank you very much. Colleague speakers, faculty members of various institutions present, students from various institutions present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for spending time to hear what I have to say. Before I do that, I want to extend my congratulations to the organizers of this program. It is well attended with decorum. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak to the students. I've had intellectual discussions this afternoon. I'm tempted to do so, but both of the speakers made mention that I will be doing the practical ones. But there are things in common that we have to share, whether it's academic or strictly business. Every individual here, I will share my personal experience with you. But let me do a few academic exercises here. And you see that the 10 questions the professor gave, I'll give you 5 acronyms. The acronyms, you can answer the 10 questions. It's simply anybody who wants to do business must have a set of goals that he wants to achieve. And to do that, you need to do 5 things. It's called GOSPA. That's the acronym, GOSPA. GOSPA means goals, objectives, strategies, planning, and activities. If you want to be a businessman or entrepreneur, I see my friend Kwame mixing entrepreneur and a businessman. There's difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. Our professor will tell you. But we are not here to argue. But I want you to get it clear that when you speak English, you are directed. So there's difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. Now the 5 things. That's you set goals for yourself. Your goals, you should have objectives. Your objectives, you should have strategy. And the strategies, you should have plans. How you plan it and how you execute it is the activities. Again, there are 7 qualities of a leader, entrepreneur, or a businessman. Those are: 1, every entrepreneur, every businessman should have a vision. What is your vision? You know, Prof says something that I can argue. We are not here to do academic exercise. But I want to tell you, in life, research clearly indicates that the number that we claim that they are born entrepreneurs are insignificant, and therefore nobody is born an entrepreneur. It is how you perceive life. It's an individual dream, what you want to be or what you want to become. And how well you plan it and how well you dedicate your time and execute it, that will make you a different person among colleagues or peers. What are the qualities? The vision and the courage. The courage comes back to what Professor was saying, risk. You should have the courage to take risk. If you have fantastic ideas and you are thinking or afraid to invest your savings, then you can never be an entrepreneur. Therefore, you should have courage and take the risk. 3, integrity. Integrity. A successful leader, a successful businessman, a successful entrepreneur has to be honest and sincere in his dealings with everybody. Without that, I'm afraid your business will not thrive. And that is, I will dwell on that when I begin to tell you my life story. Humility is the 4th one. You have to be humble. When we are dealing with your workers, don't be bossy. get everybody involved. Your relationship with them inspires them and gives them courage to work fervently in your favor. But you get to an institution or organization where the owner of the business have no respect for the workers, that business will not thrive. Although you brought the idea, you are the owner of the business, you have to be humble for your workers to accept you and work with happiness. That will grow your business. Every entrepreneur, every businessman, every leader should have a foresight. Foresight. Any person who has a foresight into a business thinks of the future and can see the future of the business and can make predictions. Because in a competitive world where we are all selling the same product, if you don't think of what is going to happen tomorrow, if you don't have the foresight to envisage what will happen tomorrow, your business will not thrive. Because products come and go. It changes all the time. How are you going to satisfy your customers? So you should have a foresight as to what you are going to do to your business. Then cooperation is the last one. The 7 qualities of a businessman or entrepreneur or a leader is cooperation. Is somehow similar to humility. Anybody who is humble can incorporate all workers, the team from the top to the production line. He can organize them and effect changes and make profit. So these are 7 qualities of an entrepreneur. Then also the gospel that I told you that you need to set goals for yourself. No, but before I start, share my personal experience with you. Clap for yourself. Students that have traveled far, University of Energy and Natural Resources, Kwame Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology, College of Health, Yamfo, University of Mines and Technology, and Catholic University of Ghana. Clap for yourself again. It tells you you are a dreamer. It tells you you have a foresight. Today, I've performed 2 functions. Kene Japan, the politician, Akintampo, and I'm here, Kene Japan, the businessman or the entrepreneur. Combination of both. Why I ask you to clap for yourself is that, 1, you want to better your life. That is why you've come here to listen to me, share experience with you, and if you can also incorporate that into your thinking or your vision. You have colleagues, students who are doing other things which they deem priority to them. But you are here because you want to improve your life. sorry, forgive me, Sunyang Technical University too is present. Let's clap for them. So we have 6 tertiary institutions here. And I'll say you are doing the right thing. You know what? You've heard of Kenejapong. Kenejapong was born into a poor home, a village that was not in the map, Asendompim, in Central Region. Those days, to go to secondary school, we call something common entrance. You have to pass before you can go to secondary school or SHS. A village boy from Asedom, I went to Adisado College. Oh boy, yes. I went to Adisado College, and with my chop box and trunk, that time the road was bad. It was so dusty, prof. So when I got there, you could tell that this guy is a fool. My hair was brown, the eyelash, everything. So one senior looked at me and called me, "Hey, come here." I went to him, and he asked me, "What is your name?" I said, "Kwame, Japan." "Where are you from?" You know, I did not even say Asendompim, because as for Asendompim, it's west. So I said Asenfosu. He said, "Where is Asenfosu?" A foam. And they were teasing me. In the classroom, you guys are lucky. I went to elementary school, what we call SAR7. 10 years elementary school before going to secondary school. To make one many. At the age 16. Meanwhile, this time, I have a daughter who graduated from Johns Hopkins University at the age of 17. And that time, at age 17, I was in secondary form 2. So I was at the back. So any master who comes, like history master, maths, English, whatever, will first introduce himself and ask each of the students to introduce himself as well. So when it gets to me, I'm at the back there because I was tall. I have young boys. Some are 12, 13, 14, and I was 16, so you can imagine. And they were from preparatory school, Morning Star, Association, Radiant Way, Wine. I didn't know. I'm from Asendompim, early middle school. So the master will call, "Yes, the gentleman back there. What is your name?" And all the young ones will just turn and look at me and shout, "Kwame Japan, a fumo, a fum, anu blofu cheme." They were laughing. But I had a purpose, and I knew why I was there. You know, I couldn't speak Ga well, and still I don't speak Ga well. But this one I understood. You know, you get Eziat and you visit girlfriend. We had Holy Child, Wesley Girls, Agri mix, National mix, and some will travel as far as Mfantsiman to go and chase women. And when they come back, they tell their story, shaking all the body. Today, chick, for Asaase the mole, and they'll be talking. That time, I'll be washing seniors' clothes. I didn't have a chance. And again, you need a spotless white shirt to go to Holy Child or Wesley girls to talk to a girl. I was from a poor family. How am I going to get that? So I didn't even bother. And even the English, when you meet the woman, you have to think of what you are going to say. You construct it in your head before you voice out. So I wouldn't bother at all. But we continue struggling. And here we are today. I can tell you, that poor boy from Asendom, I can proudly say that this time, there is nothing that will go on in Asaase College that I will not be involved. God has done his part. I have also done my part. I'm giving you this background for you to know that all is not lost. There is hope. There is hope. And I said this at Kintampo. A man called Benjamin Franklin said, "Great hopes makes everything possible." Benjamin Franklin said, "Great hopes make everything possible." So you have to challenge yourself. Have hope. Have confidence. Say to yourself, what any man has done, what the white man has done, what Indian has done, I, mention your name, I can also do it. And that's the beginning of your entrepreneurship. When you begin to challenge yourself that all things are possible. And if Mr. A has done it, I, Mr. B, am capable. So you first need confidence, courage, no intimidation whatsoever. But in this world, if you succeed in business, first cardinal principle is hard work. Second, honesty. If you're a hard-working guy, what do I mean by hard work? We're going to complete our education here, and the standard hours for every business is 8 hours. You have a job, and 8 hours, you go home. The salary for 8 hours cannot make you survive with your new girlfriend or boyfriend. So what you have to do is to take another job, second job. If you're going to work another 4 hours, you save that money. So we come to the word savings. Typical example is here. You are here. Parents give you money to come to school. What you have to do is simply live a subsistent life and do not keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses, if you don't understand what I mean by that, is that you might happen now, a poor boy like in Japan, God has blessed my children. If you see my children wearing Ferragamo or Christian Louboutin, and you say to yourself, that lady is laughing here, Fendi, Chanel, then you also say, oh, because Kennedy Japan's daughter is wearing Ferragamo, I'm also going to buy Ferragamo. That is keeping up with the Joneses. You don't need that. Save your money. And no matter how small your income is, if you are not married and you are working, save 70% of your income. How are you going to do that? Especially, this goes to the women. The women, they always want freedom to get boyfriends. So after college, instead of staying with parents and saving money, because when you go out there, the most expensive thing you're going to do, that takes about 30% of your income is rent. So any lady who will say that I want to go have my room or apartment, you are foregoing 30% savings. Because when you move from your parents' house, you have to cough that 30% to pay your bill. So if you earn 1,000 cedis and your rent is 300, if you are staying with your parents, you don't want them to disrespect you. So at least you come home every month, you give them 100. You save 200 from rent. Now, if you leave home because you have a new job, you leave home, you are going to pay 30%, which is 300. And the rest of the income is 700. How much are you going to save? So it applies to the gentlemen too. I think I should have started with the guys, because they want women. They are in a hurry to get girls. But if you don't save, trust me, if you don't have money, the women will come, they look at where you live, and they put up some attitude. It means you are nothing to write home about. They have to find another man. So you need to stay with parents for at least 5 years and save enough money before you move out. And that savings becomes your capital. And lawyer will tell you, I have my honorable member here. He's also a very good entrepreneur. Honorable Alfred Obin. Maybe he is quiet. I'm loud. That's why you don't hear his name, but he's really good. In life, to succeed in life, the most difficult thing to get is capital. That is why I'm stressing on savings. When you save and you have enough capital, or you have certain amount, you have a dream to establish a factory. Don't go big. Don't go big. Start the business small and grow it. And one day, you ask yourself, am I the same person? Because the first question people ask me, those who don't know me, ask, how did you make it? I told them, savings. I'm here to tell you my story, to encourage you, to inspire you, that you can be somebody. Say to yourself, I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Because if Kenya Japan, I was hawking on the street. Every vacation, my mother was selling on a table in front of us, Mr. Donko's shop. I'll go and collect some of the items on the board, go around and start start shouting, going around. Yes, pick a chocolate, tatra, nazet, yes, rob. Yes, pick a chocolate, tatra, nazet, yes, rob. So what makes you think you cannot do it? A PK seller. I have Rolls Royce, I have Bentley, I have Maybach, I have all these cars packed. I don't even drive them. You can do it. Say, I can do it. I can do it. But not just saying you can do it, you can do it. A dint of hard work, honesty, ability to save. And when you accumulate capital, some people, Prof was describing, they are afraid to take risk. So the money will be sitting in the bank. Every month when they get their balance, they are so excited. They are not going to do well. You need to take risk and invest the capital. So investment, that's where you take the risk and you are different from other colleagues who are looking at their bank statement every month, thinking they have money, because they are comfortable to be civil servant for the rest of their lives. And I know those of you here don't want to be civil servants. That's why you are here to listen. You want to be owners of businesses. You want to be CEOs. You want to be captains and giants of industries. That is why you are here. And that makes you exceptional human being. Clap for yourself. You know, you might not take it seriously, but go back to your dormitories, your homes, and reflect soberly all the nonsense the speakers we have said to you. And you see that in real life, it makes a lot of sense. So this is the beginning of your entrepreneurship. The practical experience. As for Prof is giving you the academics, I have a brilliant lawyer also giving it. And they force me only to be practical. But I can also do an academic exercise. Because you need to combine both to succeed. But what I'm telling you with my personal experience is not in the books anywhere. To succeed in life, put these things down. This side of the world, when you establish a business, no Jesus Christ anywhere. No family member anywhere. No ebusuapanyini anywhere. If you build your business alongside your family, you are bound to collapse. Our culture, what is different in this side of the world is our culture. Our culture does not help businesses here, because when you read books, the entrepreneurship, it tells you the first thing, when it strikes your mind that you have to fire your worker, don't go back. You have to fire him. But this side of the world, they will bring a pastor to come and beg. They will bring your mother, oh, Kwame, ne mame, me nyonko pa, me nene started life. Rubbish. So I'm serious. Because businesses have collapsed because of our culture. You can go to Harvard. You can go to Yale. You can go to any of the Ivy League schools. The culture and the mindset of Ghanaians, our attitude towards work is not taught over there. This you acquire through experience. That is why I'm sharing with you. If you want to be a different person, then please try and do away with culture. What you can do for your family is that you build your business, and when your mother needs money, put him or her, put her on a salary and pay her just like you pay your workers. Your brother, pay him same. Leave them out of your business because they will collapse your business, and you that toil to raise capital to establish a business. Anytime there's an issue at home, you are the first to be blamed and not the one who squandered your money. You, the builder, you are always at fault because family members think you are rich and therefore they are entitled. That entitlement is not in the books because a white man doesn't think you are entitled, and therefore if you make a mistake in his business, he's not going to fire you. He'll fire you. So you guys, the culture in this country does not help our businesses. One academic exercise that I forgot, let me go back to it. The challenges of you and all of us as Ghanaians is access to capital. And you are fortunate that Professor has a link to help some of you to get capital. Access to capital is our challenge in this country. Why do I say that? We can equally compete with Indians, Lebanese, Chinese, and every national. But we are not able to do it because they go for loans at a lower rate, between 4 to 5%, to come and establish business here. Whereas we Ghanaians go for a loan at a rate of 35% and up. How can you compete? I just took over a company. So the 7,000 now, first March, I'll add 300 workers to it. I took over a company. They do bottling, sacks, and all those things. I'm going to compete with Indians because they have monopolized that sector. They've monopolized that sector because of cheap loans, access to cheap loans. That's why they've dominated our economy. They get reasonable loans between 4 to 5%, come here and establish business. Whereas Ghanaians, we take a loan with interest of 35%. How can you compete with a business or an organization or institution or whatever that has gone for a loan of 5% and yours is 35%? That is why you see a lot of Ghanaians not doing well. And with time, inshallah, one day I'll change it. You know, so access to capital is our challenge that we need to address. Again, to succeed in life, young men, you have to be honest in your dealings. A lot of Ghanaian businesses are also not attracting partners because of dishonesty. Read my lips. I'm not afraid. I'll tell you the truth. Because of dishonesty, Ghanaian businesses are not attracting partners. Partners meaning strategic partners with money that can invest into our business. Because we are not honest. Prof was telling us about partnership. With my experience, Prof, it's not easy to go into partnership with Ghanaians. They go out there, especially if you are a minority shareholder. The majority shareholder goes out there, oh, can Japan, Onua, 20% depending, you know, a whole lot of things. It doesn't encourage it. But if you want to succeed in life, on a more serious note, you have to be honest in your dealings. For the past 3 weeks, I've been to Dubai 3 times to strike deals. I'm going to set up an ethanol factory, and the amount involved is about $400 million, and therefore I need partners. I can't do it alone. But Prof, what is self-gratifying is that we are in a global world. You know, what they do well is that before you get there to do or have a meeting with them, they have your profile. They have your profile. And when you sit there, they greet, they do everything, they know everything about you. They know who you are. So if you are not honest and you have duped some investors, it's there. If you are honest, now I've met 5 billionaires, not just a billion, nobody worth less than $10 billion, and they are willing to do business with me. Why? Because of honesty. I was owing a Chinese guy $5.8 million before election. He was worried. And one Chinese guy in Ghana here told him, as for Ken, he will never take your money. He will pay. And I've paid the money. That goodwill alone is money. When it's out there, black and white, that this man is honest and sincere, everybody is prepared to deal with you. So honesty in life, I call it honesty is success. Honesty is success. If you are honest with whoever you are dealing with, they can start you, maybe they'll be testing you. They give you credit. I'll give you one example. The new company that I bought, the Indian guy deals with 5 companies. I've gone to Dubai to meet 2 of them. The 3rd company was here. And 2 others are coming April to meet me. They were worried that the company is changing hands. But the Indian guy told them, no, that man, he is very honest. And they are happy to deal with me because they give credit of 90 days. I'll use their product for the manufacturing, and 90 days I pay them. And when I even check the cost, I laugh. Say, I can pay you cash. I don't need your credit. You know, I can pay you cash because when I look at, I just laugh. I can pay them cash. But as a good businessman, if I have that credit facility, I have to make good use of it. So, but I'm going to be sincere. So honesty is success. Then when you are investing, it comes to, Prof said, serial entrepreneur. Honestly, this investment, my position was just social entrepreneur. I don't do charity work, But this time, when I entered the floor and saw Ghanaian workers, I just decided to buy it, just to keep the Ghanaian workers. And I've done exactly that. Normally, my business practice, I would have gone through all the books, although I've done that. Because of Ghanaian workers that I saw on the factory floor, factory hands, I just gave 50% of it. No, I gave him 70% of what he's asking for before I even started going into his books. So I was not serious, I was not anything. This one was social. But trust me, I will turn it around. So young men and women here, I know the place is hot. I'm talking too much. I would have given you a lot of details. But first thing you need is hard work. Second, savings. Third, the honesty comes before the savings. But savings come before honesty, because if you don't have the savings, you can't do anything. So hard work, savings, capital, investment, honesty. These 5 thematic areas, if you follow it, you excel. You'll be a different person among your peers. You should always have the drive. Ask me, how did you make it? And I'll tell you. Me, my success, I always turn my negatives to be positives or blessing. Because me, I succeeded in life because of women who disappointed me. I don't feel shy, I'll tell you. I had the brains all right. Economics, and girls, they call vacation, employment, prof. When they come to my house, they become so disappointed and they leave. You know, so one day, a girl dogged me and I told her, Janet, one day I'll be somebody. You know, so I turned my negatives to be positives. And one day, it came to pass. I was in London, British Airways flight. Then I was at the first class. She was at the economy. And between the first class and the economy is the business class. So I didn't see her, honestly, but she saw me. And she wanted to come from the economy, go through business class, and come to first class. And they stopped there. But I didn't know. I came to the business class because I had a lot of friends there to chat. Then I saw somebody waving. I realized it was her. I went to her. Then she said, oh, I wanted to come to first class. And I said, Janet, have you forgotten the story about the rich man and the Lazarus? You are not coming from economy to business. You are jumping business to first class. It never worked. I told you, one day I'll be somebody. You know? So they dogged me, because I was from poor. I said, I'm never going to be poor again. So I made sure I saved a lot of money. And it's possible. Look, let me tell you, in Germany, I was washing plates at a restaurant, and I had another job at the supermarket, ProMart. When I went to America, I was working at Zaro Bakery. Then I got a job at Gaseteria, filling station. gas station you call. I was able to do the 2 jobs, Zaro Bakery and Sitco gas station. And the Sitco gas station, I start 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., Monday to Thursday. Then Friday, 10 p.m. till Monday morning. And I was making $285 from gas station and $120 from my main job, which is the bakery. But a combination of the two, a guy with no green card that time, making 400 and change was a lot of money. That time, the Ghanaians who were citizens were working at hotels, Waldorf Astoria, Hilton, and all those things. And sometimes they come back home 8 hours, drinking Old English, Core 45, Budweiser, and all those things. That time when they were drinking Budweiser and all the cold drinks, I was working at a gas station. I saved money and I bought my first taxi. And that taxi, every day, I saved $100. Every month, I made sure I saved $3,000. That time. Then I'll go and buy another used car, partition it, because if you don't do that, somebody will kill you, bulletproof. Then insurance, everything, $3,000. And I'll give it to another driver and demand $40 a day. In 8 months, in 7 months, I had 8 taxis. And 7 taxis, they were paying $280 a week, multiply it by 7. And I was saving $100 a day, 30 days, $3,000. That's where I bought my first house for my mother at East Legon, Ambassadoria Enclave. You know, I challenged myself. I didn't look back. I didn't say that I was born and bred into a poor home, and therefore it was not possible. I challenged myself and said to myself, it is possible. What any man has done, I can in Japan can do it too. And here we are today. So I'm not shy to tell you where I'm coming from. I'm saying this to inspire you that all is not lost. I look at your faces, and you guys are lucky in life because you are very young. I went to Fordham University at the age of 33. And when I was going to Fordham University, I had $1,145,000 in my account. And I have built on it till today. So I'm sharing this with you to encourage you that all things are possible. If you put your mind to it, you put in dedication, commitment, work hard, save money, you can postpone the saving, today's expenditure for tomorrow. Okay? Because that is where I argue with the keeping up with the Joneses, buying this and that. I was staying, this is the last example I'm giving you. In the Bronx, we were 4 gentlemen staying in 1-bedroom apartment. And that 1-bedroom apartment, meaning a living room and a bedroom. In fact, the owner of that apartment is from Dumosia, here. I won't mention because they are very popular. And 4 guys were staying there. But they locked the bedroom because the owner had a water bed. That time it was big, a big deal, water bed in the room. So he didn't allow us to sleep there. So 4 guys we were in the living room sleeping in couch. Then Sundays, Friday evening, the owner of the hotel, his brother, was having about 8 limousines that time. Will come to the apartment with a beautiful black American girl. Then they all high, they are on cocaine. So you can imagine when they are having sex, you could hear them. I'm giving you practical experience. You guys think, oh, Canada, Japan started and that's it. No, I've gone through hell. Then whatever they were doing, you could hear. Sometimes, Prof, you think your colleagues are sleeping, but when the noise going on, one will get up and go to the bathroom. So they all decided to go and rent their place. And listen, because I had 2 jobs, I was paying 50% of the rent for the 3 guys also to pay 50%. When they decided to go and rent their place, they were paying full amount. And meanwhile, I connected them to bakery, the bakery, Zaro Bakery, and they were making 120. Because they want girlfriends, it costs them a lot of money. So freedom is expensive. And these guys, when they left, one guy gossiped and said, oh, Kwame dear, with all what Tommy is doing, he can't move from the place. He's cheap. Meanwhile, the apartment, our neighborhood was far better than where they've gone to rent. But this is what they said. And I told the man who told me what my roommate said. I said, go and tell him, the day I move from this apartment, I will not be going into an apartment. I'll go to my own home. And I did exactly that. Moving from 740 178th Street straight to Commonwealth Avenue, 624 Commonwealth Avenue. At the age of 28, 1988, I bought a house, 624 Commonwealth Avenue, $220,000, and I gave a deposit of $69,000. My house was next to Jennifer Lopez's mother. They were 622 Commonwealth, and I was 624 Commonwealth. You see, those colleagues who left because of women and the partners they want. Today, I have over 200 houses. Sometimes, when I'm going, I have to call my cousin Da Costa to go and show me. Yeah, he knows everything, you know. So I'll go. One day, a doctor wanted to rent my place at Race Junction. I went there about 2 hours. I couldn't find the house. So I had to call Da Costa. You see, that poor boy from Asindom, through dint of hard work and seriousness and sacrifices in life, here we are today, sharing my story with intellectuals like you. Say you can do it too. And one day, I'll be somebody. One day, I'll be somebody. Thank you very much.
So when you get one can have some, they might to some kakera supone. Amani, mama, Gini baby, Batata, Bonson, Boninipa, as I did by of you, Gamo Embera, Abeiku, if you had.
Another round of applause for our keynote speaker, Honorable Ken.
me wafuno. Ene, Messia Majinpa. Messia we, Papa me maungo. Sisa makuma mama kuma fofo. Ene, Messia me wafuno. Ene, Messia Majinpa. Messia we, Eja me maungo. Sisa makuma mama kuma fofo. Papa mami yo, mami akuma fofo. Madala tina mabe, mami akuma fofo. Akuma jiji fuya, mami akuma fofo. Akuma fofo nami. Aya sisa maku, mami akuma fofo. Aya mami akuma fofo, akuma fofo. Akuma dada mimbo, mami akuma fofo. Akuma fofo nami.
Esirane wana wakume mutie. Na wano no bewu onyakupa. Sisa makuma dade imame. Akoma fufuro na miya. Onipemu wana kume muna. I refasem ewo disem nyine friba. Onyakupa bakome mutie mame. Mami, akoma fofro. Mami, akoma fofro. Mami, akoma fofro. Mama, akoma fofro. Mami, akoma fofro. Akoma fofro nami. Sani afrati.
Awesome.
Sani wano. Sara nama akoma fofro.
I was always at the library writing a project series. And when I wrote the book, I couldn't get money to publish it. Now he talked about seed capital or capital. How do you get the capital? You can get it from relatives, you can get it from friends, you can get it from several sources. But it's difficult to get. So when I got to the university, first year, he was my mate. Just that we went through Saito and O system, Form 5, 6 form, and they went for the SS. So you were older than them, but you were in the same, class. So when you go to the university, how do I get the manuscript typed? Then I use a lady at the science and computer science and mathematics department to do it. How could I pay her was a problem. So my student loan, I don't know whether you are still getting it. The student loan that when you get it, it's a peanut. At the time to it was a peanut. But that is my what? That was my capital. And I use my wisdom to convince my friends to loan, to give part of their students' loan to me as loan. And how could they have that confidence in me? Your own first year student, how could I give my loan to you? Then I brought my manuscript. Look, I've written a project series. This is the name of my book. And the content is so perfect that when this book gets to the market, every science student, every science teacher will recommend it. So please, give me. And when the money comes,
I will definitely pay you and continue to support you. So Raymond Kwashi, who after school, he died, unfortunately, and other friends. Oh, at that time, I've forgotten the money you were getting. But almost everybody, about 5 friends that I spoke to, they all divided their load into 2 and gave 50% to me to add to mine to do the first publication. And I started with 50 copies. And when we did the manuscript and other things, the money I got from there, everything got finished. So I got to University Printing Press. And fortunately for me, when I was looking for them, somebody saw me, so one mistakenly, they thought he was my brother because we look alike. So they quickly went for him saying, your brother has come. So I was a bit confused. So he came and I started telling him my story, that I want them to print this book for me, but I don't have money. And that. He said, one guy who is also from Asin area, forgotten his name, he was doing civil engineering, the same Unity Hall. He said he printed some for him, he has been doing for students, and the guy was so dishonest that he didn't pay the money anytime he was going to chase him. He saw him, as soon as he see him from the window, then he ran away. So for that reason, he was not ready to say, oh, I'm a different person. I can't do that. Then I convinced him. Maybe by God's grace, he understood me. He said, okay, I'll do it for you. But what I'll do is that I'm going to print the 50 copies and give you 25. When you go and sell the 25 and bring it, then you come and take the next 25. Then you take it from there. So I said, oh, no problem. Because I knew I'm an honest person, I'll pay. So he did it and gave me the 25 books. So Friday, we were not attending lectures on Fridays. So Friday early morning, I got my 25 books. I didn't go to any school. The first school I went, that is why I hold this man with high esteem, was Asimfosu, his hometown there. And the man, the headmaster I met, he was his teacher. And the man received me nicely. He gave the books. He looked at me. I was smallish at that time, very tiny guy. So maybe because of my structure, he has some doubt with the content of the book. And I said, oh, but you have your science teachers there. Just give the book to them to go through, and no teacher would not recommend the book. So he gave it to him. We were sitting in his office. The science teacher took the book, came in about 1 hour and told him that the book is perfect, excellent. So if we get this book for our children, for the first time, some of our students will get A in the core science. That time it was core science before it became integrated science. He said, oh, so you have only 25. Then the teacher told him, we need 500 books. Wow. When I was going, my bag that I was holding, if you see it, so the bag, you see, I mean, at that time, things were not good for me. So, you see the dress and everything. That's why the man perhaps even had a doubt with the content of my book. So I said, okay, he said, pay the 25 with me. So I have another 25 there. I will quickly go and pay the printer and come and deliver it. Then later, I'll get the 450 top up. He said, oh, you go and bring it. So when I go, then I narrated the story to me. He understood it and said, okay, best I pay him this. Then he paid. Quickly, I went to Mr. Henry at the University Printing Press, and I paid the 25, the first 25 books, and even the one that I was going to collect, because the 25, when they paid, I could pay for the 50 and even get extra money. Then I told him that the people need additional 450. So he should print 500 books for me, and the 500 too, I'll come and take half. When I go, I'll collect the money and do for him to see how sincere and honest I was. Then he said, oh, really? They bought all the book. I said, hey, then the book may be a very good one. I said, yes, I trust the content. Then the man agreed, took the 25, he went, collect the money, he printed the 450. So the 25 extra, the additional 25, even gave the money to him before collecting the 250. And he said, oh, what we have done, I can see you are a sincere person. So even collect all the 450 and send it to the man. So I sent it to the man. And when I got the money, I put the money in the bag, put it in my armpit. And when I was walking, you could see that, yes, I was so careful with my walkings because I had not seen such money before in my life. So, and I was so cautious. He knows all these stories. So, first year, the university, from that time, and the same man, they went for Charles conference. And then, fortunately, they wrote their SSC exams. And for the first time, that time, course science and they were very difficult course. Teachers could not, especially the test of practical aspect. And they got 3 A's. So the man told me he would be my agent in Central Region. So he went to convince all the schools in Central Region to patronize in Approaches series. So the book within 1-2 years became household name. And he joined me in the company. At that time, he was not officially, but he became a friend. So he was also marketing it in the Ashanti region, others in other regions. So after school, before school, I had set up my company. He even did national service, not him alone, and another friend who also completed Legon with business administration. So all of us, we did our national service in my company. So these are practical. You see that the entrepreneurship, of course, as I say, you have a few ones that they have that inborn entrepreneurship skills and qualities. But in all to everything, the honesty aspect also counts. The company grew to a point that I was in America one time doing American bar examination. And we had got a contract. They needed to give us loan of $4.5 million. At that time, UT Bank has to do it. I was not in the country to sign as a CEO. So which bank will give you loan when even the CEO is not there to sign? And Moses was their branch manager. Then Mr. Amoaben, they told him that this is the request from Alfred. He said, approach. I said, yes. Ask for him. Do it for him. The guy is so honest that since he started collecting loan from us, even if he's about to default, he's the only person who say he'll write a letter, explain why you should give him 1 month extra. Whereas others, when they even default, they won't even come and tell you. When you are going to them, they will be even running away. You won't see them. When I was about to default loan, I would rather write a letter to them, explain the circumstances leading to that. So because of my honesty, they trusted me so much to even get 4.5 million cedis loan when I was not there to even do or to sign the loan form. So this and many more, I'm sure one day you'll come and do more.
All right, we thank you, Honorable Alfred Bin, the founder and the CEO of Approaches series. If you pass it and you pass it well, you have to give the credit to the founder and the CEO. Now, I would like to invite the Tescon UNER members here. They want to give Honorable a very special citation. So the members are here. Tescon members from UNER. And my good friend Nelson Amoah is here. The rest of you, okay? No, you all should come. Yes. And then turn around. Now, one again.
Asempa etia. Obayansa fuso wo bunye won kana asem. Tema futu sam kakre wa supeme.
Citation in honor of Honorable Kenneth Ohine Ejapon, former Asaase Central MP. We, the members of Tescon United, are honored to
for Kennedy or here at Japan. I a friend a comprep and Munyam. Whenever by Nahumobro, Tima, Abadae, and any Yuma, and Moon. A comprep one, Ghana not to 4 hours.
And Tescon. I know you are discouraged and despair because you've been neglected for a while. I want to give you assurance that I told today Kintampo Health, Allied Health, and that Tescon is a rebirth now. I'm assuring you that any programs that you do, if you inform me, I'll always come and grace the occasion. I'll come and grace the occasion for you. And what I'll say to you is, you don't have to give up. Let's strike hard when the iron is hot. And with perseverance, we will achieve wonders. Whatever has happened, has happened. Let's put it behind us and forge ahead. We can forge ahead only when we are united. So I want us to stay united and stay focused. If we are able to do this, we will achieve wonders. So this time, I'll be a patron to Tescon to make sure whatever happened years ago will not be repeated. Because you are seen as disciples of MPP. You go out there and propagate the visions and aspirations of our party. But unfortunately, you were neglected. I want to assure you, at this time, Kennedy Japan, you have my full support. Thank you very much.
Man dawasio ansana wowo sarasuna jiwaraka onusu dawasio ansana wowo akompre kwen ebi krento mesume dawasio medawasio mobodondo media dawase ebe kana
All right, thank you very much. For yeah, Damuina say papa honorable Kennedy. Wakokasa ama omanfo wo nyina tum say yes. Omukuma to mpa eni agye. Every say wakan won dache. Won abrabo mu asetena mu nsam se bekoye yo. Se enkoye yo. Ifi won ankasa. Na leader ben yebenya no benya botre sei edikan aka asetran mu asama kire se kwan a obefa so atoto nyoma na sa wo fa you may not even need any leader in the country to help you sa wan fa ina da bia yesu leader nya president nya nanso we de come on Ghana ye wazoye aya mama yanka no kre manfa obi hu tan enye dia sabin producer ana meka se adne akoye politics nti ade e fe kra na ye wotan politics pe na ade ye papa bia ye fra bibi propaganda ye betimi aye propagate ade tia sa ade no ama ade na aye tantan eye only politics tia say ye tia se it is only politics. And a yetimi ayasanoma way. Na inshranke urade. Sir Ura Kennedy or Hini e Japan. On one kasa. Washano hoso. Sir, come what may. So be your president, join your president to near urade dia channel. Obeja legacy. Awonechi. Ansana. Adeba kwa adanse ba kwa no owura ni dia metie din si owura no ba kwa sisi wabaye PhD holder chese waye somebody o start na neninda ohia papai na abrabomu onieni da so no de na sam kotu nanim na ja at that instant na odin sawura no botum ne hye no botum no yima so je fokotua school fees na fadi aka no to hototo nyama enne saade na ama wabaye PhD holder na enye ono nko at least abra wo pra mu se wo baba be lidi adomenim no leave a mark, leave a remarkable mark. Oh ayo wura yina enyo no anka ade we susu enso ABCD. Oh na won kai eye papa we maame we na eye ma se ma enyo no anka ade no ye ntimi anye. Oh eye bra we wo kai bra na yesu no. Let people talk positive. But above all this, it is only politics. Nebetimi our brand positive to be negative. So ayana enyam wanwa bebre. Say ne amanyo 70 yade ya say ade emenedru sampempenso no. It is very sad. Ebusia me twa me ho aba. I want to end the video and restart for evening show. If it's a newa emre mene aya efie poku afem lady abatwetwe nkomo nana efia owusia nana na hotedan watch it JCOP Bonnie Godfred Sir Kwame Junior Despite Sir Kwame Edin Junior Despite in the Yehujumo na akawoso pa mensuro you shall get there. Eradin Shramo. Me end the video na mas restart me ba mesra mon subscribe why na mon like na mon share na yen start evening program no properly. God bless you. We dey make a live show nti ya to aso abema ade na ye tin. Thank you very much. And you we ma fe no dodo My friend Jumno do. My friend Jumno do. Kennedy.
Onua